You're more professional than me.
Okay. Here we go.
You're kind of like the dad.
Hey everyone, we are live. We are pretty sure, so just let us know in the chat when you can actually hear and see our little volume bars.
Do we sound
Are we
beautiful?
live?
Do we sound?
Are we live? I was
It's
dead
different this
briefly.
time. We
I saw
changed it.
beyond. I saw the other side. Not promising, folks.
We currently exist in the latency world. We have no idea what's going on.
Okay, I'm seeing a lull. I'm seeing a high.
I think
That could just be in response to our comments in the chat.
that's fair.
Hi, everybody. Can you? It is live. Okay.
Yay.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second ever Blown Apart stream. Our first ever one of 2022. It's gonna take me a long time to get used to saying that. Yeah. Well, welcome to the stream. Yeah. I guess we'll do intros just because it's that's what they do. It's me. I'm Johnny.
Yeah, and I'm
the
Noop.
writer and excuse me.
Shit, you're not done yet? Oh crap.
I'm not done yet. I'm a narcissist. I need a much longer introduction. Yeah. I'm Johnny, writer and voice of Napoleon and Talleyrand and various other people that they throw at me.
Oh.
Hi.
Is that how it's gonna be?
I'm Yoop. I like to interrupt Johnny when he's giving his introduction. I'm a writer, animator person, and the person on the far left with the that's me.
Yeah, and I'm Nick, writer, tech guy, person on the right, guy with the button. And yeah, today
Mr.
we're
Buttons.
Who's pushing Nick's buttons?
Push the buttons. And we're talking about.
Yeah, I like that. No, I'm pushing Nick's buttons because I'm a little stinker. Now that's also I forgot to mention Tiny Media's resident little stinker. So hi everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all doing fine. Hope you're having a grand old Saturday here at 6 Eastern Standard Time. Could be a different time depending on where you are in the world, but that's what the time it is for us. And so that's a little fun fact for you there.
We're going to bed on time. That's basically what he's telling you.
We're going to bed on time. We're gonna get a nice big bit of rest in our sleepy little little body.
Do live streams at different times, later in the future and stuff. I know someone commented about can we do like a more, I don't remember what country actually, but yeah, just we're gonna do stuff that's more friendly to our European friends, more friendly to wherever you guys live, because time zones are a thing. So we're not.
We are truly making Napoleon Mr. We're making Napoleon Mr. Worldwide over here. That's my funny joke. I'm making everybody laugh. But yeah, so I guess you guys are the more professional ones, as I am the little stinker.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that Daniel commented already that my talking effects are good. So yeah, I'm better than both of you.
Oh, I saw that, but I didn't want to mention that you were complimented because I'm trying to neg you, Nick. So I can get you to do better work by grinding down your self-esteem.
Natty said it's Sunday already, where she lives. So technically, our podcast is in the future.
So we should end now because we said it was only Saturday.
It's only Saturday, guys. I'm sorry. Thanks so much for coming around. Sunday. It is Sunday. It is the Lord's Day, and therefore we must rest. Don't know why I had to make this religious. But yeah, so welcome everybody. We're just yammering, saying a lot of stuff, but yeah, glad to have you all here. Glad to be here on this beautiful, beautiful earth, and here in the stream space in the virtual world. We're gonna, I guess, talk a little bit about. I mean, this is kind of you've had a really cool idea, but we kind of wanted to talk a little bit behind the scenes stuff about our last episode.
How it came to be on the tubes of YouTube.
Yeah, how this did I say crazy little cartoon happened? YouTube. On YouTube. YouTube.
Maybe one day I'll start YouTube, but not today. So yeah, maybe just talk about what Johnny was saying. Talk about how the animation went, how the episode came to be, and
Yeah, we'll kind of take questions as we go, and we'll talk.
And in a lot of ways, it's kind of a microcosm of how a lot of our episodes take place. Although this one is definitely a lot more efficient than they've been in the past. Whoops, sorry.
More and less at the same time.
More and less. That's true. We whenever
That's a long story.
when God closes a door, he opens a window, and sometimes when he opens a door, he closes a window. He's always keeping us on our toes. That wily God of ours, a trickster God, perhaps he may
What are you
be.
talking about, Johnny?
I don't know. I don't know. You're letting me talk. I don't have a beat sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys are the pro ones.
So let's
But
let's
yeah,
actually just start with how it came to be as far as like the idea. So do you remember we were basically talking about this episode as a we looked at that Vox video. You know what I'm talking about? The one where it has his hand. It's of Napoleon, right? And it's like, oh, Napoleon's hand in his vest.
Yeah, I skimmed through that video.
Yeah, I showed you the thumbnail of it.
I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. But yeah, so we had that in mind. Like, oh, we haven't actually seen ever Napoleon do the hand in the vest thing, his iconic thing in the show before. It'd be cool to introduce that and try and make it part of the episode, because we were thinking, okay, what's a good way to introduce Murat in a simple way that doesn't give away too much. So what we're planning in the next episode with Davu, with the martial showdown, which is happening.
Martial Mayhem, baby.
Martial Mayhem. But yeah, we're just like, okay, what could be a funny idea to put Murat in a situation where he's kind of competing with Napoleon, because both of them had inflated egos. I would say
intensely inflated egos.
I don't know where I got that idea from. I had a hunch.
You just had a hunch.
All the monuments
you just guessed. You just guessed that they maybe have egos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on,
that's a question. Who is more?
So the guy with the guy with the $5,000.
Does Napoleon or Murat love themselves more? Love their self-image more? That's kind of
their egos manifest in different ways. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Actually, that's fun. Yeah. Chat. Who do you think had a bigger ego? Who loved themselves more? Napoleon or Murat? I know I have my opinion, and I'm sure you'll have yours. So let's hear them. Let's get those things all swanging. Why?
Yeah, the thing is that because of the delay that we have with the chat.
Oh yeah, I guess we shouldn't wait, and I think we'll get them.
Yeah, we can keep moving on, and then we'll kind of come back to it, I guess.
The clock comes. Let's
take a 5-minute break, and then.
Vote on your phones now.
I'm seeing Napoleon had a bigger one. I'm seeing.
I'll say, hey yo, waka. Actually, not what one friend in Boston would tell you. That was
someone thinks Murat's more egotistical. Professor actually does. Napoleon.
Yeah. You're a professor, so
no, definitely. So so we knew this guy had.
We can dish on. We can dish on this later. But let's talk a little.
Yeah, so like we were thinking,
it was a good concept. It was fun, the idea of having them sort of competing over things. But I don't know. It is also just funny because it is such an iconic image of Napoleon, where you see the whole hand in the vest thing. But it's one of those things that you kind of see around a lot. It's the whole popular pose thing. So it seems like a fun way to introduce Murat, because as I feel like you guys may have noticed, is every time we've got a new character, it's kind of okay. And here's a little episode where it's just them one-on-one with Napoleon, and then the crew, like we did with Davu, like we did with Talleyrand.
Yeah, usually we like to do, if we introduce a character, do a episode like Johnny said with just the two, just mainly because we're testing the new character and the rigs most of the time. To make sure everything works. Okay, everything works, great. Now let's put more characters in there and let's scale up the episode.
Yeah, because
there's no artistic reason for it.
Yeah,
exactly. There's no artistic reason for it whatsoever. It's purely technological.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this is actually a big robot AI.
But yeah, so
this whole Napoleon, we've tricked you all. Blown Apart is not actually a series. It is a way to test AR. Welcome to the metaverse, everybody.
So yeah, like when we liked the idea, we knew we needed someone who when we started drawing Murat, like okay, he got bigger. Like, and you guys saw on the last stream what his design his design was, and so far we got Blake Murray to be Murat, and so far he was great. Like he got the arrogance down, he got the vibrato down as well, and the accent was actually
caught us all off guard, but I was thrilled with it.
The Matthew McConaughey.
Because originally when we were proposing Murat, a lot of the idea that I had for the characters, very much for any of those of you who are fans of Futurama, I was kind of feeling a very almost sort of Zap Brannigan kind of voice, like a very sort of Phil Hartman-esque character. Yes, how you doing there, Boney? I'm Murat. I'm a real cool guy.
Yeah, because he has to be very confident.
very confident. And then Blake just kind of comes at us with this sort of Matthew McConaughey, just sort of like, really cool sort of Southern voice. And it's just like, wow, that was really funny. And also I also dig it because it's like fun. It's like, oh, okay, he's kind of like cowboy voice. He was a cavalry guy. This all kind of works
Yeah, it all fits.
in a way. I think there've been a lot of like, I don't know if I would necessarily call it like meditative stuff beforehand about the voices, but a lot of the stuff afterwards has been kind of like, oh yeah, I guess that kind of works. I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess that kind of fits. Which we could always go in depth on, like, my and Tally, but let's talk a bit more. We can get there, whatever. Let's talk about Murat. That's what we're all here for. We're all here for the sex appeal of the series.
Yeah.
Murat.
Yeah.
We caved to fan service. Sorry, guys. We
no
realize
way.
that sex sells.
That's the problem with doing Murat. There's no way to do Murat without, showing off his assets, I would say. there's just because I think because even in his paintings and the way he presented himself, he definitely is a man who loved how he looked. He was maybe a little promiscuous. He may have seen a lot of people around Europe. But he was definitely a smoozer. He was definitely
he did schmooze. He did a little bit more than that, but yeah, no. So it's just fun, and I think it's a very fun foil because I feel like all of the other characters, for the most part, they have their confidence manifests in different ways, but it's actually somebody that Napoleon can kind of feel lesser than, and not in the way that he does when he's dealing with Josephine, where Josephine very clearly puts him in his place, but whereas Murat, he's kind of always, he kind of wants to impress Murat. We kind of get the sense is that's why he's sort of like reluctant to tell him that about the hand thing or whatevs.
And their relationship is also great because, like, not only do they go way back, but they're actually also they're brothers-in-law.
Yeah,
because they're brother-in-law,
So,
brothers-in-law.
They're like friends and they're like family. So there definitely is like a close connection, which drives, of course.
We really want the vibe to kind of be buddies from college sort of vibes, which I think is a very fun trope to have. But yeah, anyway, what do you want to talk? Did you want to like show off some cool groovy stuff that we had, or do you have did you have something to share with the class?
Oh, I have some behind the scenes stuff that I can show.
That would be cool. I mean,
on my Twitter that I was going to explain, and we kind of go through. I know we were also going to look at the episode a little bit, but first I wanted to actually just because I want to kind of like address the chat as we go. So
okay, that's a cool idea.
Just like pop in and just say, Natty confirmed that yes, the fan service is working, so that's good to hear. There's a lot of love for adding more horses, which is that's just more buttons. That's lots of more buttons that I'll have to press, and we only have so many that I can do in so much time.
Yeah. While you said that, I'm gonna answer some things. Some interesting questions. Yeah. Like I keep seeing the name Grouchy. Where is Grouchy? Lots of people. we must get the where Grouchy
from the Napoleon voice. It's like James Lipton in the Actors Studio. Can we hear?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like there are so many marshals to choose from. Like, do all the marshals? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. We
might get a where's Grouchy. Maybe I don't know if you're good. Maybe at the end of the stream I might drop for those of you. So stick around, pals.
Let's make that a Patreon tier.
I do want to respond to this. I have not seen I have not seen the Napoleon manga. I have, however, seen the Rose of Versailles manga where we have manga Robespierre.
I really do want to see that. Okay, I see pictures of it everywhere.
Professor, actually, if you want, you should join our Discord.
Yes, if anybody's in the Discord and you have access, do please link us
in the chat, but
you can't post links
on the Discord if you just post in the chat.
Drop us a Napoleon, and also I guess also plug for the Discord. We do have a blown apart Discord, which their links are everywhere. Our links are everywhere for it. So if you aren't already a member of it, you really should join. It's a really great group of really cool peeps, all talking and all grooving with some fun stuff. So yeah, drop that Napoleon manga in there. That would be pretty great.
No, I've never read it, but just the things I've seen, it's just so intense.
It's just ridiculous.
Like, it's ridiculous. No, honestly, like I would one day love to see a Napoleon anime. Like get one of those anime openings.
Let's do, we should do an anime opening for
For Blown
one
Apart. Just
episode. I
one
think
day,
that'd be really
just
that'd
change
be
the
really
style
fun.
completely. It just becomes a full blown anime.
That was just Code Geass.
If you want to pull up my Twitter on your share screen thing, or actually, do you want to look at the video first?
Yeah, sure. We
let's
can
talk
about
we'll do Youp's things first because he gets
Well, no,
grumpy if we don't do his things.
I'm not just gonna throw him on the spot like that. But yeah, before we actually look at it, what else was fun about actually making it? I guess I sound like I'm fishing, but the actual recording, Johnny, was fun, right? I think that we had a good time.
Oh, the recording was I get to have the most fun because all my fun is with recording and stuff. That's my main bag. I mean, recording and
yeah, it's good. You did a great job of the recording.
Sorry. I just saw a comment that distracted me.
No, read it. What is the comments?
It was just again a Natty hitting fucking home runs constantly. Oops, sorry. Can we swear, Nick? Oops.
I guess we are now.
We're past a minute. I assume we're fine. I'd advise you not to have a Jenny Says What You Want in Nappy's Voice Patreon tier, considering how thirsty some people seem to be. You would be surprised what I do for money.
But that's hilarious.
I actually like that idea a lot. Nick, write it down. Write that down.
Oh, yeah,
credit Natty.
Sure,
we'll credit Natty for that.
No, we will.
Thank you. No, but yeah, recording in the recording quote unquote studio, which is just a fancy word for my bedroom. Yeah, it's just the best because I was so thrilled because obviously I love the cast that we already have, and I love the cast for the people, the cast that we've already been working with for a while. Youp and of course Kara as Josephine, who is just Kara and I have worked together for quite a while in the past, but it's really great getting to do this thing, which is a more original, more of our sort of vibe. But yeah, I was so excited to do this with Blake because he's a new addition to the cast. He's a new actor. I know you've known Blake for
a while. Yeah, we went
some
to high
time
school
beforehand.
Together,
For a while beforehand. Yeah. There you go. See, sorry, folks. Yes, this is a very nepotistic show.
Yeah, we
much like the actual Bonaparte dynasty. We only are hiring our family.
No, we're not hiring anybody at all.
No,
we're not hiring anybody at all. We're just my mom's gonna be voicing a character. No. I mean, hey, if you're listening to this, Mom, maybe.
Just because we were talking about Blake's accent, someone just wanted to ask about the British officer asked, where did you get the idea of how
some British officers asking me these questions? I don't answer no Brit. Okay. Well, the Napoleon accent. We're doing this for a long. It was years. We'd been doing it for years. This thing we'd been working on various iterations of Blown Apart, and then until we decided we're gonna do it ourselves. And I'd kind of gone with sort of just I kind of a grumpy sort of voice, whatever, blah blah blah. One thing that I always wanted to stray away from, never wanted to do this whole "I'm the French Napoleon." Because it's just like
been really predictable.
This. What is this? This isn't this isn't a freaking Fairly Odd Parents joke. I don't want to do that. No disrespect to Fairly Odd Parents. That show had a few good seasons. But
the voice is great because he's Corsican, right?
Well, that's the thing. My idea was that he's Corsican, Italian. But I figured because he was also he wasn't like a noble. He kind of came from sort of more low class. I kind of figured do kind of more Italian American, sort of almost a little bit sort of Bronx, a little bit New Yorker, and I just sort of it kind of also felt fit with the sort of the vibe that he's this foul mouthed, angry little man, average height man. And it was a fun vibe. Also, it just felt like it fit the design, the character design. It feels like a pudgy voice, and the design is a pudgy design. So I just felt that it was a fun little mix there. So that's
pudgy
Napoleon. So Mr. British officer. Yeah. That's the answer to your question there. But in the recording studio is great. It's awesome when we having a new person in there because it's just a whole new energy and getting to play off of it. And I'm just absolutely loving the energy that Blake brought. And if I may get a little bit sneaky here, the upcoming episode that we've got, which you guys saw the ad, you saw Marshall Mayhem's coming up, which will also feature Murat. Recording that episode was just, oh my goodness, it was hysterical. Oh, it was so much fun.
Don't spoil nothing yet.
I'm not spoiling that. I'm just saying that the episode is funny. The show is a comedy. I don't think
You're
that's
spoiling
going to
that it's
surprise
funny.
people.
Sorry,
Funny.
guys. Sorry to give it away. The
Sorry to give it
episode
away.
is going to
Yeah,
be
the next
funny.
because the next episode. Sorry, guys. Yeah, actually, the next episode is going to be really, really depressing.
It's gonna be bad.
Do you guys like Anomalisa by Charlie Kaufman? Because that's what the next episode's going to be.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I can't. I that's stolen valor. I don't get to make that reference. I haven't seen Anomalisa.
But yeah, so like the recording went really well. It was it was a good episode. We threw everything together. The thing was for this now getting into like a little bit of technical stuff, and then we can sort of look through a little bit of the video if we want to. But it's just that we switched from using an older version of the software, Blender 2.9, to switching to Blender 3, which I don't think anyone in our chat right now is very Blender heavy. But basically, it's just animation software. And once we, I think I'm not ready yet to show the video. I'll just need a second to prepare it. But I'll show you guys after. It'll be cool. But yeah, basically the rigs. You know what? I actually do want to set that up now. Johnny.
Hey, rigs.
Can you make a distraction happen? Find a question that you like.
Can I make a distraction happen? Hey, everybody, look over there. Oh wait, you can't see where I'm pointing. This is an auditory medium. I suck at this. Improv. No, well,
you don't actually have to.
No, I can. Hello?
Yeah, you're working.
Oh, you can still hear me. Okay. Whew, I was worried for a second. I heard a click and I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. I love a janky setup. Please, we need to start a Patreon.
If you
tell your friends about our show.
If you guys have
tell your friends
ideas for Patreon, yeah, like what you guys would expect or want to see from Patreon. I know the thing is that for us, we really like just doing the cartoon. We have our way. I know someone asked.
We love it.
This is a question we should address quickly.
Let's.
Can we at least have like some fan suggested ideas for episodes? We definitely actually read all the comments.
We do,
yeah. And we do kind of incorporate the ideas.
That's one of the many tasks that we force Yoop to do. He gets with every comment he reads, he gets another bite of his gruel.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually every every new character I make, I get some sunshine. They let
every new character he gets some sunshine. Every comment that he reads, he gets a spoon. Leave more comments so that Yoop can eat more. Because we need his hands. His hands keep shaking, and it's a nightmare for him to animate the characters because he's quote unquote air quotes underfed. God. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, give me 1 second. I'm about to open the thingy. Yeah.
What? That wasn't enough for you, Nick? I'm fabricating a narrative about you being an indentured servant, and you just whatever.
I'm very unappreciative.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to keep. I thought I was killing time, but apparently not. We're just killing our animator.
Cool. Speaking of animator, maybe I should just show you guys the blend file and just show you guys kind of how
Let's get blended.
Okay.
Is everybody ready to get blended? Starring Adam Sandler. Remember that movie?
Okay, so here is the software that Nick was showing, and everything looks flat, right? But so how
is this? Are we seeing it? Are we seeing this? I can't see this.
Yeah, it'll be in the stream in a second, Johnny. You can't.
Oh my lord! You see, that's me. Oh, you see, that's the stream's a bit delayed, guys. Yeah. I'm just a voice actor. I don't know shit. Go. Sorry, you've taken it away.
Yeah. So as you can see here, it looks good in the camera because we kind of leave the camera just kind of here. We don't really go around the 3D space. Everything was done in Photoshop, and I kind of just exported everything individually, and I kind of just propped it up like what are those things called, Johnny? There's you look in a shoebox and it's like a little diorama or something like that. Is it the diorama?
I guess a diorama, you could say.
Yeah, this is an older.
I mean, I'm just thinking of Paper Mario when I see that. Great games, by the way, everybody. This is a plug for Paper Mario, but the old Paper Mario. They got.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start talking, and anyone has questions about it, maybe Nick and Johnny can tell, because I need to kind of look around the screen so you guys can kind of answer questions if they come.
I got it.
But yeah, so everything was done.
We did get a whoa, that's pretty cool, and I agree, it is very cool.
Yeah, sorry, take it away. Actually, you know what?
Yeah, so everything's done individually. I can just kind of sit up here, and there's some 3D smoke here just to kind of give it an effect that everything's all misty and stuff. But here's more raw. Let's take a look at the animation. So this is kind of the rig, and this is what I see when I'm animating. So I do see him in 3D space. But what we worked on really hard for this episode, what Nick worked on really hard, was to get the new rig system set up. And this may look like, oh,
You might want to turn off the names so it's less complicated. But yeah, actually, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
So like, so
Gosh,
this might
that's
seem like,
awesome.
oh, this is interesting. This is actually very new for Yuppie, because how it was before is I had to individually go in and grab each bone here and move it. But what Nick did, and maybe Nick, you can talk about this for a bit.
Yeah, I
we
will.
did an IK system where it's just much more user friendly to use, because you can kind of like, oh, look at that. You can kind of take like for example, just his like a leg bone here, and this whole leg just comes with it, and it just bends anatomically correct, which is a huge bonus to animate, because we animated this in, what was it, Nick? 3 days? 3 days, 2 characters, lip sync. It was a lot of work, but honestly, if it wasn't for this new rig system, we probably couldn't have done it. Like, the speed was just so nice.
Yeah.
So like, maybe you can talk a bit about that,
exactly.
Nick.
The really interesting thing about it. So let's actually start with, just for anyone who isn't like super familiar, that whole sort of like 3D sort of space world is like, is how we do it. It's how we're able to kind of do everything as a tiny little group of people. So not needing a huge team of people, we do because we use the 3D space. This episode we kept it pretty flat, so we only really used the 3D to get a little bit of perspective and stuff, and some lighting effects like the smoke, which looked awesome. But the thing is, the rigging, and someone's asking right now, what's the process of rigging a character like, is highly complicated, because this is it's a very different way of doing things. There's other softwares people use for animation that work differently and sometimes in some ways better, but Blender is very, very unique and awesome. And
It's so cool.
We sort of kind of grew up with it. So as Blender added features, we sort of made the features of our rigs more complicated. It's really, really exciting.
But what's also really exciting, what Nick was saying, is like, usually when you make an animated shows in other softwares like Toon Boom and Adobe Harmony, you animate one shot at a time. As you can see here, the whole episode is in one giant file, so we can see the camera work. Like here, I'll show you guys even the camera. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know how to show that really quickly. Oh, here it is. This is the actual camera.
Yeah, so it almost, like, if you guys have ever seen one of those behind the scenes videos about Disney and the multiplane camera, you can sort of think about it like that, because it's like animated elements in front of a camera, but the camera's in the real world. And
you can move it around a bit. It's great. So like,
there's an interesting question. Have you ever had to entirely redo a character because of your animation process couldn't work for the design you first thought?
Oh my goodness, that brings back flashbacks,
It brings
Johnny.
brings us flashbacks directly to this episode, maybe.
Maybe it's just, here's the thing. Like and here's the thing. This is the part, Johnny. You only see the finished product. Well, no, you.
I know. I don't really get to be there for the animation.
Yeah, but let us tell you our pain, Johnny, in terms of like having to redo. Well, first of all, the design had to work with the rigs. So a lot of like the style had to change to fit into the rigid rigging system that we had. And as the rigs got more and more complicated, I was able to introduce more and more complicated characters and shapes, like Murat, for example. Like this was, we made Murat quite quickly, but it was because we spent like more than a year figuring out how to make the puppets.
Make the rigs now. But Murat was also our first rig with these IKs, which if I could have gotten my Twitter on the stream properly, which is what I was trying to do, but I had a little bit of a problem with that. So you could also pull it up on your side. But the later we'll do that. But basically, the thing is that Murat is our first character with these sort of inverse kinematic rigs, which is also used in games and other sort of like advanced things. But it's our I actually lost my train of thought there. The point is that the rigs are really, really fun to animate with. They speed up our process a lot, and they're just interesting.
It just, because here's the thing, because when you get a performance, and Johnny, we can talk about how you get ready for doing like the role for Blown Apart, but like when we get the audio, when we get the audio, because we all record remote because of various things in the world and lives and locations, we get the
that covered them all, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We get the audio, and basically we don't have any reference. We have to kind of make up the acting based on the sound. That's why it's good to have an actor who has a really like powerful, well, a good speaking voice, a good actor. A good actor needs to.
Almost
Thanks,
like a voice
thanks, you.
actor.
That what a glowing compliment.
There you go. You need to be good. You need to be good at putting the voice in the microphone. But like, so exactly with like what Johnny and Blake gave, the performances were just so. I don't want to say, it just gave so much reason to work with. Like for
There's
example,
so much life in the performance, so you can kind of do a lot with it.
Yeah.
Aw, you guys.
Yeah. So for example, how we plan it
Aw.
out, like this is how we kind of plan out the animation. So as you can see here, here's like here, what you see here, these dots are the keyframes. And what we do is when we get the audio in, we figure out, okay, Blake or Johnny gave this performance. It's a heroic performance or a sad performance, and we figure out the pose. Like for example, when he's talking about death, you know, like a thespian actor, he like,
Ooh.
you know, ooh, death. And
Not
every
death.
so you can actually see the emotional changes or beats right here. Like this is where he like looks up. This is where he gets sadistically like excited about war, and he feels his self triumphant here. And in between here is actually where the animation begins. So it's really pose to pose animation with some easing in and easing out. But yeah, that's why it's so much fun, because you get the audio and you're able to like act with the actor, if that makes sense. Like Johnny does the voice and I kind of just do the body or the physicality of the performance. So it's kind of a weird weird way
say,
of working. What do you think, Johnny? What is the experience on your
will
side?
well, yeah, one I would like to just say that one thing that I really do appreciate about Yoop as an animator is that he's real good at making the good movement choices. They feel very real. They act a lot, and I love the facial expressions. But yeah, I guess I don't know. For me as a performer, it's like, okay, what's voice idea? What are we going with here? Read through the script a whole bunch of times as one does. I don't know you. I'm not going to be one of those actors on actors guy. I'm not about to do my big Lady Gaga, Jake Gyllenhaal
You don't have a whole 20-minute little spiel on that. For
Actually,
us?
I spoke in the Napoleon accent for 9 months straight,
But do you sometimes are you surprised sometimes with how like when you see the animation back, you're like, oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have done it like that. Or is it different? Or are you just surprised every time?
I'm always just pleasantly surprised because I believe that this is just all witchcraft. So I think that Yoop is a warlock packed with some sort of otherworldly being, perhaps devil or demonic or something of that sort, in order to produce these animation sort of business here. And so I'm always just frightened, and frankly I'm a little bit perturbed, because I do think that we're all going to go to hell because of it. But I've just realized that, you know what, hey, as long as it's bringing people joy, maybe we could use that to bargain with St. Peter at the pearly gates when he says you were doing witchcraft.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I can't be serious. No, I'm taken aback pretty much every time when I do see the animations, because it's always like, wow, this is really, really cool and really good. And he was really good at figuring out facial expressions. So that rocks.
You give a clear performance as well. It's not like I make everything up on the spot. Like, and also we do kind of like see each other's faces sometimes when we record via Zoom. So a good performance. I don't know. Like that's the thing. There was a question like, what's the most difficult thing for an animator? And that's, I think, definitely the performance. It's like how to make a character just like seem like it's actually thinking or emoting or feeling something. And while you're doing that, you also have to, does it look right when it's walking? Does the movement look natural? It's just like, that's the hardest thing about animation. You have to kind of make people forget you're watching something that's animated and something that's more something with a personality, like emotions and that sort of thing. I think that's the most difficult thing. And lip syncing is also not very fun.
No, it's not.
No, lip syncing is not fun. Like,
someone asked, like just the question I was trying to answer before, and then I totally got lost about. It was about, do you have to redo entirely redo a character? So this character Murat, because he's so, is flamboyant a good word, Johnny?
Yeah.
So
he's flamboyant.
Yeah. So because of him and how he has the most elaborate sort of costume so far that we've ever done.
Oh,
which also took a literal toll on the computer and actually reduced the frame rate. So actually.
So we had to scale down what we basically had to do was take the Murat puppet, get rid of all its designs. So we just had the base puppet of it, and we animated just that.
Like a simplified version. It was almost like a 3D character because in those very
You
high
gotta
end
turn off the
things-
hair and stuff.
Yeah, you have to turn off the hair and stuff so it doesn't slow the computer down. But the thing with Murat is that he actually probably was the most difficult one to rig because we not only you had to redesign him once to make him fit the rig, it also still didn't really fit the rig, and we sort of had to make a new rig for him. So Murat is a very like he both in character and also kind of literally is very special.
Yeah, we're thrilled. But I mean, hey, you know what? I'm thinking it paid off because he's great. He's all I dreamed he would be and more.
Yeah, and the best thing, great, is that like now he has a good rig to interact with Davu, which is like not to spoil anything, but like the excitement level for the new episode to do Davu and to pair those two polar opposites together. Like that's not only going to be a challenge in terms of animating it, right? Because like they're doing things, they're doing rivalry things. But yeah, we'll see what that will be, and we'll see what it will become.
It'll definitely be something awesome. It definitely will not be a super movie actual explosion mega battle.
Well, crap. That that narrows it down a bit.
Just to take the expectations
way up.
Yeah,
it's going to be in 3D, guys. It's actually in theaters.
It'll be cool though. It'll definitely be fun.
Yeah.
We got lots of new people just joined the chat.
Hello.
So hello everyone. Yeah, we're just
welcome everybody. Good to have you all.
Taking questions. We're sort of talking about the behind the scenes and just like going through sort of things.
If anyone has any questions on the animation or just like anything at all, just ask away and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I have a question, Yoop. I saw earlier in the animation that Murat wasn't sitting on the horse. Why is that? Is it maybe because putting an animated character that exists in the flat world is very complicated to put them on top of things that aren't...
Basically what Nick is saying is like we don't plan things properly and we just make things up on the spot. So like we there wasn't an easy way to put the horse. Having Murat sit on the horse may seem easy to the 2D eye, but to the 3D eye, when his legs are a little bit apart like this, I'll just show you what he looks like. Oh no, wait, you flattened him.
Yeah, we flattened him. We fixed that.
Never mind. Then I don't know how to explain this.
That's precisely the issue. If you look at his legs and you show them on the side, like you just did, they're flat, which means that
the horse died.
The horse needs to go in there, in that flat world, which basically means the horse needs to be part of the picture that Murat is. Yeah. And now, if you look really closely I'm sure because now we put our blend file on the stream, which is totally fine. There's a little horse. If you look really closely, there's one that's grayed out. I don't think we can uncheck it because I've made some problems with it, but it says Murat horse. And there's an entire duplicate version of the character that's on a horse all the time. That's how we fixed it.
But the death of Murat's horse is also historically accurate because he went through his horses.
Like, he tore through those poor things. He tore
through those poor animals. Like he didn't give a crap. Like horse would get shot, blown up underneath him. He was like, "Ha, well, on to my next horse."
Next.
Yeah, it's like they're on a conveyor belt next to him.
Yeah. He was
yeah, so
it was rough.
The rigs basically, like to end off with like rig talk, the rigs are both the reason and the solution to that we did the episode in 3 days. We would not have done that if we did not plan for that. That was definitely it was because we were late and not everything was ready, and that was our first episode that we did on a Sunday, right? Because usually we post Saturday.
Yeah, usually we were a day late. We were a day late
for this.
More sacrilege from the Warlock Youps. As usual, as if there was any question whether
Sundays. or not. The Sundays are the only days I have. Let me have my Sundays.
I know we all love our Sundays. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically rig talk. Yeah. So
thanks for coming to Rig Talk with Nick and Yoop.
The thing with this episode is that it's very like sort of flat. Like in both in literal sense and in that like there's not a lot of like dimension to the story. We did like a pretty short, a little bit of a short one, and sometimes we do a shorter one.
And also, if you were to drink this episode, it would be flat as well because there are no bubbles in it. We took all the carbonation out of it.
That's
Yes.
not good for you
Yeah.
anyway, carbonation.
It's not. It's
So
not
I've
good.
heard,
Well,
so I've heard.
oh,
Is
tell
mineral
that
water
the
the same
so.
thing?
I have no idea. I don't think.
No, mineral water is a different thing, right? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody in our group who knows
Yeah,
is mineral water also fizzy water?
Important things that we need to figure out right now.
I
right?
want to know. I want to see if our fan base. I would assume we have an intelligent fan base. Anyway, we'll get a response from that later because the delay. The chat delay. I always forget about that. I was so excited to hear all about mineral water. But yeah, so yeah, that's rigs are cool. I have very little to say on that topic because I'm always just sort of like, yeah, wow, very cool. Yes, very good. Oh, I
here's a
saw
good
a question.
how do
I
you
like that
decide
question.
Yeah, we
the
are
setting
looking
for an
questions.
episode? Ah, that's actually we have how we come up with ideas are usually very random. Either they come
Usually.
they're from something either we read in like a book or someone recommends, but like what also depends on the setting is like what can we do that takes that doesn't take too much, not too much effort, but what can we do in like 2 weeks time? So like for example, okay, for this episode we just kind of like, okay, like it's like a war zone, not like a war zone, but like the Alps, kind of like the mountains and stuff. So we don't
Something
really
dramatic.
here's the thing, because we work so fast, we don't really decide, we don't like
You know what? I think it comes from the story mainly.
Yeah,
so
true.
Most of the time when we come up with a episode, it's thematic first, right? So like the reason that this episode, like thematically, this episode's just kind of about like how Napoleon is like very intensely a dictator. He like if someone sort of stepped on him and sort of, like it's his thing, he's not gonna shift. And so with that idea, it's like, oh, what's a funny backdrop for that? It's like this sort of cinematic sunset, like you're doing a monologue to the wind kind of setting, and that's how we got this place.
Also, the inspiration was the opening of the Total War intro from that game. That's also
my enemies are many beneath the shade of olive trees. I don't know. I saw that video.
They thought Russia could not be tamed.
When we were recording the Total War video, I saw that opening so many times. It's like, it's in my head. It's in my head.
Well, that's a good question. Do you plan to introduce any of Napoleon's enemies, like Blucher?
Winky, winky, wink, 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 wink. Keep it a secret. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Yeah,
Bill Frodo Baggins.
We definitely do, because here's the thing. Like, how could you not? Like, they're also such like characters on themselves. It's nice to show two sides of the war.
All a bunch of goofazoids.
But that's I guess that's the thing when we scale up, because as we add more characters, as we add more scenery, we're kind of building like a library, if that makes sense, of all the characters. So like now that we push to get the Murat character out, we have the Murat character forever, and we can put him in any kind of situation. So villains,
He's
they're
never
definitely
going
on
away.
the radar. I would love.
He's staying here forever.
I would love to do Wellington. I would absolutely, because he would have just absolute disdain for Napoleon, but also his own soldiers, because he was an aristocratic snob.
Sorry, could I want to briefly just follow up on this, because I know we've been trying to do. We did get closure on the mineral water question, and I would like to just like address that. Professor Actually says that mineral water is not fizzy water. Professor Actually also says that mineral water can be flat and just taste weird. And
it does taste weird.
It can be though. Doesn't have to be. And we've got Napoleonic Stacking gets us. Topo Chico is fizzy Mexican mineral water that is delicious. Okay, so we know that it can be delicious. It can be fizzy. It cannot be fizzy. It can be, but doesn't have to, says Professor Actually. And yeah, so that's now. So we know. Now we know.
Closure on that.
I'm glad we got closure on that too. I would have kept me up all night. Look, I wanted to know this. Okay, this is. I think if we can't learn here, then what's the point? We're here to learn. That's life for you folks. What were we talking about again?
We're talking about if we plan to introduce new things, like new characters, like villains and stuff.
Absolutely,
and we definitely do. There's also an aspect of it that as we're sort of growing this thing, I don't know what you really call it. I guess it's a show, but it's not really a show yet.
Cartoon series, it's a moving pictures.
Yeah, as we keep making these pictures,
the pictures,
we sort of want it'll come naturally, right? Like
it will come over time. Like if we the only thing that will stop this show from growing is when we stop working on it.
Well, if you guys stop watching it, I guess actually would be the real key there.
Yeah. So who knows? Like I honestly definitely. I would also love to do Maybe like just one of them, like maybe some of the Bonaparte brothers. I would love. Like, that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like, what
they're
do we
great.
choose? Like, do the Bonaparte brothers, do Louis or Joseph or Lucien,
Can we do the Bonaparte
or
brothers? Oh no, wait, no, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil that idea. Never mind.
we
Zip.
zippity zip, or do we do like the sisters? Like, that's the thing. There's such a wide cast, and it's impossible to choose. We just kind of like look more at the comments. Like, what name do people mention the most? Like Bernadotte is one.
Or Josephine's dog.
Grouchy is one. You know, Murat's
People in the dog,
Murat's
huh?
been one for the longest.
Yeah,
let's
Murat
face it.
was constant, and it was like
Yeah.
we'd already decided that way. It was like,
Yeah.
come on, how are you not going to include that guy? Look at him.
Is Josephine's dog coming soon? Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, maybe we would love to do a cartoon. We definitely have an idea of Josephine's little pug fortune. We definitely have, but we like these things. We constantly keep here like researching and looking up funny stories, and like that's the thing. Like one that also comes up many times is like Napoleon with the rabbits. That one that also comes up constantly.
Yeah, that
so
one
we don't know what we want to do
eventually.
yet. It all depends on what we have time for. And
Yeah, what we can do, right? Because
Yeah.
we don't. This isn't the only thing we do, and right now
it's not.
No, it's surprisingly not, and it's not.
Yeah.
Not unfortunately. Right now, we don't know what we didn't do. We don't have the Patreon going yet. We're not really at like a massive scale. We're so happy to just make them, and we want to just focus on that. And we'll just
Speak for yourself. I'm only in it for the money.
Oh, yeah?
Cha-ching.
And we just
Yeah,
wanna
I don't
make
care.
things.
I hate all of you, and I just want cold, hard cash.
Actually, what Professor
Fluency.
actually wrote down, like, didn't Josephine's dog Fortune bite Napoleon while the two were getting it on? In the memoirs of Madame de Ramessat, who was the lady in waiting for Josephine, it is mentioned that like the dog Fortune bit Napoleon's boots while they were getting it on. I don't know, but it is likely because like the dog apparently hated Napoleon, like couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand him.
I have a question I want to answer. There's a question about about if the first episode is different.
We don't talk about the first
video.
episode.
Yeah, we don't talk about the first video.
We don't talk about the first video.
The first video is different than everything else. I will argue not the first video is a secret Napoleonic silly that we just didn't put on the playlist.
Yeah.
Think about it like it's almost like Kermit the Frog. How Kermit the Frog exists in our world, and he's an actor on the Muppets, and he's also in the Muppets. So
yeah,
it's like
basically what that episode has like an interesting like not history, but like originally we were going to do like a proper pilot of Blown Apart, but it was too large in scale. And what we really had to do was, does Napoleon work? Like the first video we have on our YouTube, does Napoleon work as a character? Does the animation like look okay? Is this something people would watch? So the first video on our YouTube channel is actually more of an experiment. Do people even like this? Because imagine if we made this show and everyone hated it. Like that'd be really awkward.
Well, you got 15 episodes. Oh, jeez.
Oh no! What are we gonna do with all these episodes?
What are we gonna do with all these episodes?
But yeah, no, it was more of an experiment, and like what Nick was saying, it like those like Avengers did it too, where it's more like behind the scenes. Like what's it like? It doesn't really belong in the Napoleonic cinematic. It's not canon.
It's not part of Blown Apart.
It's not canon. Yeah, it's definitely not canon.
But the premise of Napoleon as like a hack film writer is, I thought it was. I mean, we thought it was funny. I think it's fun. I just think hack writers are funny.
Yeah, we really like the idea of Napoleon. Like, it's kind of also continued that thread has continued through the other reaction videos.
Yeah, it's through like the funnies, like when he reacts to Waterloo and his Napoleon Total War and Oversimplified. It's kind of almost like they're like two Napoleons. Like we have the blown apart Napoleon, who is like in like the history in his era doing stuff with the people, and then there's the
actor
Napoleonic sillies, after Napoleon, where he exists in this weird modern space where he has a gamer chair with bees on it and plays Total War,
which came as a surprise because like when we made the Total War episode, which by far is the most popular one we have, it completely blew me away that people watch that one like as much as they do. People really like that one. I thought they would I was surprised by it. I thought it was just like a standalone silly. But no,
I think they're all equally funny.
Reaction videos, I guess. Cool.
Johnny can't pick a favorite.
Yeah.
I think they're all funny.
I think they're all funny except the first one. No.
Except the first one's alright.
The thing is that it's funny. Like that concept of the hack writer thing is really really funny, and we love. And also you can sort of think of all of Reaction Napoleon, even though he's like an anti-hero, but like as like an analog for us a little bit. Like that's our sort of like we want to do something more connecty and more into the modern world, because it's hard. You can't just do like history is great, but like there's people talk about history now. Like it'd be like, what would they say to this oversimplified video? It's like it's very natural to do it. I don't know.
Speak for yourself, Nick. As a history major, yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I just wanted to pull rank.
Oh,
and
James
failed.
Monroe. Yeah. No. He actually, I think he is in David's painting. Actually,
a lot of people are in David's painting.
I think the whole cast is there. Even the mother is there, but even though she wasn't actually there at the coronation, she was painted in there, but she didn't show up at the coronation. But oh yeah,
Stahl's here. Hello, Stahl. Welcome.
And
so I'm just excited.
And I recognize Chase. Now that we're paying attention more to the chat, and I recognize Chase Eggman. I recognize that.
Oh gosh, we're getting so many buddies from the so many buds from the Discord. Always lovely to see.
And yeah, and I actually recognize a lot of the usernames. I think everyone here has been commented before, and
that's good.
And we read pretty much every single comment, even though we don't have time to always respond to every single one. We do at least. I at least. I don't know about you, Johnny, but I at least read every single one.
Well, I read them. I don't think I'm trustworthy enough to respond to the comments, because I'll just like start talking about elves or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, like, are we bringing the elves back now?
I'll start talking about like elves or like warlocks or trickster gods or whatever, which is, I'm like, nobody wants that, unless you do, in which case you do. Please comment. We want more of Johnny's elves. Because I'll bring them back.
Okay, I have the ability to ban phrases. I think I know what I'm gonna ban.
No, don't do that.
That's a good joke.
Don't do that.
I'm very proud of that joke. Yeah, if we could hire, if we did hire ourselves, we would hire Stahl afterwards, and we would hire someone who's qualified. Maybe he's not. Who knows? But he's shown to be quite knowledgeable in the Discord. I don't know. I don't want to we shouldn't single out single people, because the thing is that I know that there are so many people in our community that are.
That's
really
true.
Smart
We have an amazing community.
And not
I'm sorry.
Everyone has the time to be on Discord though.
I'm like a puppy where I see a shiny thing and I go, must say that thing. It's just me.
But yeah,
a couple of VIPs.
Yeah, it's very fun to see familiar faces, and it's like it's fun that like as we kind of keep going, I sort of learn all the new people that have joined. And like slowly, you sort of remember the names as well. But it's really even just the pictures, you kind of like recognize, like, oh, I know who this person is, even if you can't like exactly place the last time you saw the username. It's fun. I love the comments.
Yeah.
We are getting out of time though. What are you gonna say?
Yeah. Well, since I do kind of want to show, because since like there's some people from the Discord who came, I do kind of want to show something exciting for the next episode. Just a little bit of a teaser. Just a little teasy that we've been working on. So we got a lot of feedback on. Here was the thing with designing for Murai for the next episode. We knew that the uniform that he had was his old Hussar uniform, and technically, he wore that more before the Empire. So we thought, well, not only is Murai like a glamorous character and he deserves multiple costumes, but like we decided to like give him a design update, give him a new little costume. So yeah,
here, let me put that on the TV.
On. So it got finished today. Let me know.
Yeah, you're on TV. If you do Control Spacebar, you can make it all full screen, to that one.
Okay. So yeah, here he is, and hopefully I implemented all the suggestions. So in the Discord, sometimes I need help with like designs because I do care about the historical accuracy, but not to the point where I know everything about it. I mostly get my sources from paintings, but the problem is there are so many paintings and it's really hard to know what did he wear when he was an admiral, what did he wear when he was this, what did Napoleon like. The list goes on and on. Yeah. So this is Murai. I think he looks great.
Look at this hat.
His hat. I love his hat. It's so big. It just feels like it's him. So this is him in the Duke of Berg costume. and it's definitely more flashy. You know, it shows more who like big hat, nice red boots. Who wears red boots like that? It's
Santa Claus. Gargamel wears red boots.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Gargamel wears red boots. I guess like they're kind of like more like those like medieval like socky shoes kind of.
Yeah.
I know a lot about the Smurfs. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, we wanted to doll up Murat, give him a new costume, make him look even more fabulous than he was last time, to really prepare him for his ultimate showdown with the Iron Marshal.
Yeah.
But I honestly I'm happy that we done the Hussar green uniform, but I really am leaning more towards the white one. I think it matches more the dandy in him. I think
It's the one. It's the one that's in the classic. It's a classic painting. Did he? I don't. I mean, I'm no expert. I don't know if he was king of Naples ever wearing this. He probably got something entirely new, commissioned for it. Knowing him.
Well, that's the thing. Like that was one of the things. Like, was there a difference between his uniform when he was Duke of Berg versus like King of Naples?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like they were white.
Tell?
Like whatever.
The other thing is it's hard
It's a
that like
cartoon.
when you have just paintings, like one painting could be anything because that guy like that particular artist could have been like super lazy.
Yeah, that painter could have like sucked. He could have been like trash doo feces bad at things.
3 or 4 paintings, then you're like, okay, it probably looked like this because you can, you know what I mean? It's almost like you need to triangulate it for all the math people. I feel like that's not gonna go over well.
Not triangulate. No, but it's. I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. You want to pile and get like an. It's it's the classic 5-paragraph essay. You get your 3 sources to back you up. We have 3 paintings. We have 3 paintings to back up the thesis that is our Murat.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a good time like designing him, and like you guys really helped too with like oh maybe try this. Like you guys know how much trouble I had with the jacket part, but like what's nice about it is you get an education what everything is. Like you learn like, oh, these are called epaulettes. This is the color of the martial sash that they wore. Like you learn like you learn phrases that are like I normally wouldn't have known on my own. So I'm really grateful for everyone like giving their wisdom about the Napoleonic uniforms and what they wore and for what regiments, because that kind of help makes my job with the art so much easier, and then everything's more accurate. Like that's basically what we want. We're not making a BBC documentary, obviously. We're making a cartoon.
It's not actually historically accurate.
No, yeah. Just to let you guys know, Blown Apart is. Don't use in your thesis.
This
papers.
This is not historically accurate.
Oh, that's a good idea. Napoleon should review the Napoleonic War series from the Epic History TV.
That'd be another good reaction idea.
That would be a good.
They had a lot of content. Well, I mean, I guess when Ridley and Joaquin make their movie, we're gonna probably have to do something about that. I'm assuming
that's gonna be maybe our big content farm. We'll just like
there we go.
Oh my god,
that's what we'll do it.
Yeah, but
we're gonna sell out everybody. We're gonna go full Jake Paul. Napoleon's gonna go full Jake Paul.
I was gonna say that the
is that still a relevant reference to make? I don't know. I'm old.
I don't know. He's got an NFT now, so who knows? But the thing I was gonna say was that the Discord's really fun for the collaboration, like for the actual like posting up the pictures and the looking and the being like, is it this? Is it that? And like, yeah.
Yeah, so we lean heavily on the people who know more.
What was that? What was that? Not a good enough
sorry,
for you, Johnny?
No, sorry. I know I dropped an eraser.
Okay. Sure you did.
I did.
I believe
oh my god. Okay, that's really funny. I have to read this out loud.
Yeah, you saw what I was laughing at. Okay,
yeah. Okay, Johnny, why don't you read it out loud? Like,
okay, Professor actually. First of all, coming in clutch with the mineral water earlier, but also it would be great if there was a war scene where there's heavy gunfire and all the soldiers are like, "We need cover. What do we do?" And Miraz just like hide behind my mount of dead horses.
Hide behind my horses quickly. Yeah, that's so fun.
Mosey on by the horses. Oh, that's great. It's not called Kitbag anymore, actually.
No, they changed the name.
It used to be called Kitbag. They changed the name to just Napoleon, and it's like, all right.
That's a much better name.
No, I'm so glad they changed from Kitbag. Okay, I have a theory that they called it Kitbag because they didn't want to put too much attention on the film just yet. I think they did a fake name and then named it to Napoleon, because if there's a film called Napoleon, anyone who knows Napoleon and wants to watch a movie on, will find them.
Hey, that's about Napoleon.
It's about Napoleon, but Kitbag,
like,
I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, Kitbag could be like their soccer kit.
They're seeing.
know?
They can see the rig. They can see the names of the rig, which means that Stahl can now criticize my naming of
Oh,
every single
no.
bone. Which no, you can't get rid of it. It's on the internet.
It's gone now.
It doesn't matter. He already put a picture in the Discord. Which, by the way, if you aren't in the Discord, that's where you can put pictures and you'll see them. He already
Yeah, hop
took a
into the
picture of
Discord,
hat
everybody.
bone.
Oh.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
No, the
I
hat
would
bone.
hide the lattice, though, 'cause
like
it's
he has
distracting.
the bones have hats.
All yes.
Yeah.
Have this world. Alrighty, dudes.
This structure. I think
Dudes,
we're out
everybody.
of time.
I think we are unfortunately approaching the end of our time here. Wow, it's shocking that it had to be me to
Yeah,
be
no,
the
I was gonna
parent here.
say,
That's deeply concerning.
Yeah, it's good. We had a little bit of a rough start, but it went well. I think this was fun, guys.
You're a rough start.
Yeah. Oh, one last little behind the scenes thing. That little thing on the side that Yoop is clicking on to change which direction he's turned is that's custom. It actually says Tiny at the top of it. We made that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I made that.
Anyway, thank you all for sticking around. Thanks for coming to our stream. Thanks for always watching the show. And those of you who are in the Discord, thanks for being in the Discord. Those of you who are not in the Discord, hop into the Discord. It's a great time. It's a great place.
We'll
we have
be
been
hanging out there after the stream a bit. I will, like, just in text form.
Yeah. I mean, and we pop.
Oh,
I'll
Johnny,
try to be more active in the future. It's just busy life.
Yeah,
I want to get you guys all this blown apart. Nick is extremely online.
Yeah, exactly. I just
sorry,
terminally online.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's you can see his setup if you go into the Discord. You learn all about his setup.
Oh yeah,
It's
my
excellent.
amazing setup. If you look at the behind the scenes channel, that's great. Thank you for calling attention to that.
Dude, because it's really cool.
not.
But anyways, sorry, I'm interrupting you constantly. My bad.
No, I'm having fun. We gotta go though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
Cool.
gotta go.
No, yeah. So like we just kind of hobnobbed about like a little bit about like the animation, a little bit about this and that. I'm glad I got to show like the new Murat design. So you got those who watched the stream, thank you for watching because you got early knowledge of what the new design for Marshall Murat is going to be. So you can now be smarter than the other people who watch our show.
Than the average
if
bears,
if you know any other people who watch our show.
Yeah.
If you don't, you should make.
That'd be fun.
Tell
Does
them.
anybody know somebody in real life that also watches the show? That'd be great. Send your addresses. Don't do that. Don't actually do that.
not
Sorry,
do
I'm
that.
sorry. I have to make a doxing joke every stream. That's gonna be my new thing.
Awesome. All right,
We
guys.
appreciate the love.
Alrighty, guys. Yes, thank you
We'll
so
see
much.
guys soon. Sorry.
I
go
did.
ahead,
You know what? I did promise at the end of the stream to give everybody a "Where is Grouchy" in the Napoleon voice. No promises. I'm not rehearsed, but here we go. Where is Grouchy? Where's Grouchy?
Sounds
Okay.
pretty
Anyway,
to me.
I'll do it. We'll do it better when we actually have Grouchy in the show.
Yeah, when we
if
actually
he's
record.
in the show, he'll probably be in the show. We'll see.
I thought it was
No
great.
promises. Okay.
All right, cool.
Alrighty,
bye,
dudes.
everyone.
Thanks for coming around,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye bye.
Have a great weekend.